Hey, 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 Cyndilu coming at you live from New Zealand just before I head off to Betty Bye for the night. So, I wanted to talk to you really quick about the difference between boxes and boundaries. So if you've never met me before, my name is Cyndilu. I'm the founder of Be Bold You, where we help people to take life's twists and turns and make them into something beautiful. And sometimes that is done by breaking out of boxes and setting up boundaries. So I wanted to talk to you about exactly what that is. And that's some of what we're going to be doing in the membership group this month, Be Bold You membership, which is starting in December, and we're going to work on mindset. So what makes it so that you should even think about doing anything like that with me? Well, I've walked through it. I had to change my mindset. I went through a time when I sat on the couch for 5 years, completely depressed, not able to get out of my own way. Imagine what that did to my children, what they had to go through when I wasn't really there for them. So I know what it feels like to feel like you are so boxed in by the emotional turmoil that you're going through, that you can't get out, that you feel like you're in a coffin. You feel like you are completely boxed in and there's no way out. There's no wiggle room. You feel a bit like you're dead. So when we're boxed in, we can't move. We're often confined. We're shut down. We're hemmed in. Those are all synonyms for boxed in. And when we set boundaries, now we're giving ourselves freedom to move within that boundary. We're setting up places that are healthy for us to be and to grow and to expand. I also wanted to talk with you about a couple other things about boxes. So in the next few minutes, we're going to go over that. We're going to talk about, is there ever a good box? We're going to talk about, what does it take to break out of a box? And we're going to talk about building a healthy boundary. To the first one, is there ever a good time or a good box? If you think of a coffin, I would say no. Of course, our spirits are going to heaven. Our bodies are just our bodies. But when we're alive, we don't want to be in a coffin because you can't really move in those, can you? So that is not the kind of box we want to be in. But a good box is actually going to be very, very similar to that. And what I want to encourage you is that you have the power to turn your coffin into this other kind of box. And the other kind of box is a chrysalis. When you think about a butterfly in their chrysalis, they're waiting and growing wings, and they're becoming ready to get out and to fly. But before they can fly, what do they have to do? They have to break out of that chrysalis. And it is the resistance that's put on their wings that allows their wings to gain in strength enough so that they have the ability to fly. And you have the ability to fly. You have the ability to step into your passions and your purpose. And we're going to help you uncover that in the membership. Yes, I am talking a lot about the membership right now because this is the last day that you could probably sneak on in without paying. Oh, don't tell anybody I said that. So, I'm not supposed to be giving it away. But it is a complete beta. I want some people to be in there to help me to build it, to help me to figure out what is the best way for me to teach you the tips and the tools and the assessments and the things that I did, and to help you to unpack all of those things so that you have some strength and some ability to break out of the box, to break out of the chrysalis and start to fly. So either way, we're going to get free. We're going to use that resistance. So that was what I was talking about in the third thing. The resistance is where the second thing. I don't know. I'll go back and watch it and I'll know. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be perfect. Did you know that you don't have to be perfect? I just want you to know you do not have to be perfect. Perfect is so overrated. Although, I'd love a perfect bowling game. But that's another story. Okay. So, resistance, strength. You think about resistance and you think about how muscles gain in strength. And it is through the resistance, through them being used, using weights. That's all resistance training. Sometimes the resistance training is learning to resist the emotions that you're feeling that feel overwhelmed. Standing in an emotion that's different, even though you may not feel it, but you're holding that up. It's a way of resisting that which will pull you down, resisting what others may say about you, resisting what you yourself may say about yourself. Hello, we can beat ourselves up pretty badly. You have the opportunity to take all of that and decide to reset your mind, to rewrite your story and what you tell yourself. And I would love to, in the month of December, walk you through that process. We're going to go through a 5-step process that's going to help you with understanding how you can figure out what you're thinking in your subconscious, how you can bring it to the conscious, to the forefront, so you even know what you're thinking, what you're saying to yourself. And then we're going to look at it, review it. We're going to decide what we want to do with it. We're going to look at other words and other phrases and other things to use to think on instead of what we were thinking on. And then we're going to start doing that, meditating on those things, writing them, speaking them, declaring them. So you've got all of it right there. You can do it all on your own, or if you're somebody who would like to have community to do that with, to have other people that are going to encourage you, if you're somebody who loves to encourage other people, we want you there, because I want help to encourage the people that are in this group. Yes, it may be different and strange to have somebody you don't even know encouraging you, but let me tell you, it is nicer than you think. And when it comes from a genuine heart that loves to encourage people and help them to break free from their boxes and to help them to see where to set up boundaries and where to build a box that's making a protective one on purpose. And when that box is put up there, it is there on purpose. When I was 3 years old, I set up my first box. I was told by a babysitter who sexually abused me not to say anything. And what comes to mind is, or I will kill you. And I didn't want to die, so I didn't say anything. And that was the first box that I built. I won't tell anything about anything that happens to me. I will be silent. And I was silent for 16 years. Well, 13 years. And a lot happened to me in that 13 years. And if I had said something earlier, a lot of it might not have happened to me. Sometimes we need to let go of the boxes that we built that protected us, or we thought were protecting us. Hold on to the box as long as you need it to protect you. Some boxes you can build on purpose to protect you, but realize that it's not a forever home, that we are designed to fly. We are designed to be free. And I want to encourage you to come on over and break free and be me. Be you. Be bold you. Let's find your voice. Let's figure out your passions or uncover them because they're already there. Uncover your passions and your current purpose, because our purpose, it changes a little. We've got different assignments depending on where we are in life. You might be in that place where you're resetting your life, when you're reinventing where you are and what you're doing. I was like that when my children all left the house. I had chosen to focus on them solely, not solely, but a lot, mostly on them for the years that they were home, knowing that it wasn't a long time. And at the end of that, I felt like I had lost my identity, but I now realize I hadn't lost my identity. I simply had put my identity exactly where I wanted it to be, which was the children's mother. And now I needed to figure out, who am I now? Where am I going now? What do I want to do now? And you get to figure that out too. Hey, welcome. I'm just finished. Hey, Erica. Hey. It's early where you are, girl. I know it's late where I am, so it's got to be early where you are. I'm just finishing up. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. I hope you have a marvelous, wonderful, amazing day. And I can't wait to get started in the group. I'll be getting in there in a couple of days and doing our first training session. And we're going to talk about boxes, boundaries, mindsets, what we think, how we think, and how to start uncovering our subconscious to figure out what exactly we are talking to ourselves about. Yes, it is early. Alrighty. And yes, it is late. Only it's almost going to be early soon. All right, Miss Erica, you enjoy the replay. Thank you all. And I shall see you in the group or back here on this page. Blessings.